Hey, what's up guys, it's Roy here. So today I have the Otterbox Commuter series case here for my Samsung Galaxy S23. This is gonna set you back about 39 bucks on Amazon with Prime shipping. Otterbox was kind enough to send this out for review, so big thank you to them. But if you are interested in buying this case after watching this video, then I will put the link for the S23 lineup down in the description. So looking at the case that they sent me today, this is a green case, as you can tell, which is different than normally what I get from them. I usually get black, but this time around I said, guys, send me whatever you want. I don't care. And I've always been a fan of green cases, especially like that Alpine green iPhone. I really like green on my phones, especially with a Phantom Black device. So looking at the case, it is a dual layer case, as you can see here. And if you just pull it apart, then it reveals the polycarbonate portion and then the TPU portion. So it's a very flexible material that is going up against your phone. As you can see here, has this really cool pattern that's going up against it. It does say drop plus, which this is 3 times the standard of military standard drop protection. So you're getting some good drop protection. Kind of come to know and love that with Otterbox cases in general. But that is the interior, and it's not necessary to take it apart to install it. But in my testing, I have found out that it kind of is necessary. In the past, it usually isn't. But for whatever reason, I had a hard time getting this one installed without the case taken apart. So as you can see, once you have it installed, it's very easy to get this part onto this part, because all you're going to do is just push it up against each other and then just kind of make sure it's all nice and snug. And then once you do that, there it is. That's all she wrote. So looking at the back, the major thing that people pointed out that they did not like on my community tab page when I posted the photo when I got this case was they did not like the camera bump. And to be honest with you, I kind of agree with y'all guys. Like with this S23, I feel like any S23 case should really take advantage of the individual lens cutouts on this versus the S22 or S21. So with the S23 here, it would have been nice to either A, seen it a little bit snugger up against the lenses and then cut across to where the flash is, or just make individual cutouts like other phone case companies are doing. But I do appreciate that I can see the Phantom Black shining and it really does pop with this green. But I am in agreement, guys. I do not like the camera cutout that much. Also, the back is a polycarbonate shell, which can be pretty slippery, but it is pretty dang good coming in and out of your pocket. So it is a very easy case to get in and out of the pocket. You do get these little extra added grips with some ribbed patterns in there like teeth, which you can hear when you do that. And that's gonna help with grip and also skidding on a table. But when I'm holding the device, you can see my hand's naturally gonna be holding where those are. And that's just giving me a little bit added security when I'm holding the phone. And then we do have Otterbox there at the bottom, and you can see the other portion of the green where the port flap is, which we'll get to when we get to the bottom. Now looking at the sides here, you can see that darker green and lighter green. So obviously, once again, this is the polycarbonate shell, this is the TPU interior. But looking at it here, you can see that we have some really good raised buttons here, and then this ribbed pattern throughout. And then as we move down to the bottom, you can see once again that that TPU material is sticking out there on the corner. Looking at the bottom, this is where that port flap is. So you do have some cutouts when it is closed. So you have, your microphones and everything not being affected or obstructed. And then we have a nice little cutout there for the actual speakers. And with the port flap, it's helpful because it's blocking dust and lint and stuff getting into that charging port. But the downside with this one in particular is there's not really a kind of raised part to grab it. So if you look here, it's very flush, which is not a bad thing, but it would have been nice to have a little piece sticking out that you can grab. So instead, you kind of have to use your fingernail, dig in there, and then pull it down, and then it releases, and then that's where you can charge your device. So the only other downside with port flaps like this is that when you are charging your device with a cable, this is pushing up against it, because as you can see there, it doesn't just sit flat or just stay back. So that is something else to think about, that it is going to be putting a little bit of pressure on the cable. But at the end of the day, guys, Otterbox cases like this, I've been testing for years and it's never affected the charging cables. But once again, it's just something to point out. It's a $40 case. I got to nitpick a little bit. Looking at the sides on this side, It's basically like the other side except no buttons. So we have a little bit larger grippy part here, and then that same kind of added grip on the corner. And then moving to the top, we have a square cutout for the actual speaker up top. And as you can see, it's very flat as well, which we will test in just a minute with the wobble test. Looking at the front of the phone, you can see that we do have some raised lips all around the phone. So we're getting complete 360 screen protection with this case installed on my S23. And then if you look at it from the top down view there, you can see that it does look pretty slim. It's not super slim, and it's not very thick either. It's just kind of that healthy mix of the two. But I do appreciate when the screen is off, that pop of color once again of that green around the black screen here. And then when you look a little bit closer, you can see that's the cutout where the speaker is. It is tempered glass friendly as well. So let's go ahead and do the wobble test. So putting it face down, it is completely flat against my table here. And then putting it back down, it is once again completely flat. So there is no shaking going on at all. So it passes with flying colors. The next thing we're going to do is the clicky button test. So let's see how clicky and responsive these are. So let's do the power button first. Okay, very responsive, volume up and down. Okay, so guys, these are very clicky. So if you like tactile buttons, you will love these on the Commuter Series case. And then last but not least, let's do the Qi wireless charging test here. So let me grab my Qi wireless charger here. And with it being a dual layer case, let's see if it affects it. And as you can see, it does not. So it is Qi wirelessly charging with ease, no issues at all with this dual layer case. And that's usually kind of the story with Otterbox cases. I actually haven't came across one yet that I couldn't wirelessly charge. So that's just something to point out. And if you like to do the reverse power share and charge like some earbuds or something, you can totally do that. And if you like to do contactless payments, then you're in luck. You can do it as well. So there we have it, guys. There is the Commuter Series case from Otterbox. So is it a good case? Absolutely. It's a great case. You're getting good drop protection. You're getting a name brand that people know and love that's been around for a long time. There is multiple colors you can choose from, which when you go down to the links in the description, you'll see. I usually go with black, but this green is growing on me. I do like it a lot, actually. Now, I will say, though, it would be nice if it was just a little bit grippier, because a lot of the case is polycarbonate. So it is a hard plastic, but it isn't very grippy. And I know they strategically placed a lot of the grippy parts here and there, but for me, I'm obsessed with cases that are thin and grippy. And this one does a great job, but like I said, once again, I got to nitpick a little bit here. But if you are a fan of Otterbox cases, then you're absolutely going to love the Commuter Series. So there we have it, guys. So if you like the video, then you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell for up-to-date content. So be safe. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.